Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Purchase your tracks today.
Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Welcome everybody. Thank you for coming. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hey, Kamada, welcome. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, oh my. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Oh my Lord, sweet Krishna. Oh my Lord. Hare Krishna, oh my Lord, sweet Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Krishna, welcome everybody. Thank you for coming, encouraging me to chant Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Rama, we're doing this. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare oh my Lord Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Okay, here we go. Hey, there she is. Shama-san, all right. Hey, hey, girl. Hey.
I came to the party.
Isn't this a party, man? Isn't this fantastic? Don't we have it made, man, made in the shade of Krishna and Radha's lotus. Hare Krishna, Hare. I have never experienced such happiness as I do in chanting this Hare Krishna Maha. It is fab. It is fantastic. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Yeah, mute your microphone because it kind of doesn't quite work. Yeah. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. All right, let's try another one. Nice is techno, huh? Pretty interesting. You like it? Techno? Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Let's try another. I got a lot new ones. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Indian style. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Read some.
Thanks for using.
Some Itamrita. You like Itamrita?
Yes, surely, poorly, Abba Guru Maharaj, too. A little bit interruptions are there.
Still interruptions now?
It's like the screen is moving very slowly, something like this. You are not fluent.
Okay. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's this. Might be the fan. Yeah. All right. Let's see. I could. You know what I'll do? Let's try this here. I'll try this here with this. See if this is any better. Okay, let's see if that's better. Hare Krishna,
No,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
I hear
Not
you
so
chanting, good? But your screen is, sound is good. Screen frozen.
Oh, screen is frozen. Okay, so just stay on there, and I'll just refresh here.
Okay.
Sometimes I got to do that. Okay. Oh yeah, I can see it needs to be refreshed. Okay. So how do I do? Oh, I go off.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Okay, that doesn't.
Wow, now it's perfect.
It's perfect now? All right.
Like
okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Itamrita. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Oh, wow. Oh, here we go. I have to get it on another thing. Can't open. Oh. Right, another way. Okay, this is good. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to read from Chaitanya Charitamrita or Chaitanya Bhagavat. Yeah, a little more different. Okay, let's just go to Mahaprabhu summons Advaitacharya. This is Madhya Kanda, chapter 6. All glories to the moon-like Sri Krishna Chaitanya Chandra. All glories to the moon-like Sri Krishna Chaitanya Chandra, the fully independent Supreme Person, who is always engaged in eternal pastimes. Sorry, sound is okay. Yeah, yeah. All glories to his eternally pure activities. He is the master of the universe, the supreme controller of all controllers, and is the direct manifestation of transcendence. All glories to all his intimate servants and dear devotees. All glories to their ecstatic dancing. All glories to Sri Gaurachandra, the life and soul of the universe. Please give me your lotus feet in charity to my heart. Please give me in charity your lotus feet. All glories to the all auspicious Vishvambara, the supreme benefactor of the universe. The supreme benefactor of the universe. All glories to the servants of Sri Gaurachandra. All glories to the servants of Sri Gaurachandra. All glories to the life and soul of Paramananda Puri, and the dearmost object of Swarudama. All glories to the life and soul of Paramananda Puri, and the dearmost object of Swarudama. All glories to the Lord of Govinda. All glories to the Lord of Govinda, the doorkeeper. Please bless the entire universe by your merciful glance. Please bless the entire universe. Please bless the entire universe by your mercy. In this way, with Lord Nityananda, Sri Gaurachandra performed his pastimes of congregation chanting with the devotees. In this way, with Lord Nityananda, Sri Gaurachandra performed his pastimes of congregation with the devotees. Now, in the Madhya Kanda, I will describe Advaitacharya's Prabhu's meeting with Gaurachandra in the house of Srivas. Oh boy. I'm going to read these glorifications again. They're so good, and I wanted to say something, but I couldn't. Let's see, I want to read them. So, this is truth. This is All glories to the moon like Sri Krishna Chaitanya. See, the moon is cooling, very cool. Maya is very burning, very hot. The fully independent Supreme Person. See, we become independent by taking shelter of the Supreme Being. Isn't that nice? Yeah. We become independent and dependent on being the independent. Isn't that wonderful? Maya works the opposite. We become dependent on Maya, eh? But we don't get freedom. We become slave. See, she's tricking everybody right now. You know, you think you're going to win, and she promises all kinds of stuff, but never. You know, it's the opposite. See, Lord Chaitanya frees his devotees; they become independent like him. But of course, the devotee is dependent on the Lord too. His transcendental potency that gives us independence of the Maya. That's the main thing. Independence of the Maya. It's miserable. Sure. So all glories to his eternally pure activities. See these activities. See, they're eternally pure. Yeah. If we don't take shelter of these activities, if we don't glorify them, you know, by chanting them, you know, and meditating on them, how are we going to get pure? We'll just be meditating on all the stuff in the world and worldly people and worldly talks, and they're eternally impure. Yeah. Isn't it interesting how easy it is? How come it's so doggone simple when you're ecstatic worshiper? It's very clear. Man, does it get clear and clarified? And if you don't have this kind of shelter, everything's complicated. The teachings are complicated. You know, everything, everything is a complication. He is the master of the universe. The master of the universe. So if you don't go this way, you're going to go. His shadow will be your master. The dark Krishna, the darkness. You'll think the darkness is the light and it's your master. What? Come on, man. That's crazy. Isn't that insane? People say, Go Hari Das, you're crazy. I don't think this is crazy. I think this is the most intelligent thing to do is to associate with the uh, uh, pure activities of Lord Chaitanya, eternally pure. To me, that makes sense. To me, it's insane and a bit nuts to not do this. You know, not associate with these fantastic, wonderful devotees who also associate with these pure activities. This is how we get intelligence. You got to really study. You study the qualities of the Lord, and this become intelligent. Especially when he becomes really adored. When you adore that, oh, cute. All glories to all his intimate servants and dear devotees. See, intimate servants, that's the key, isn't it? All glory. He didn't say all glories to your external servants, your ones who don't have any real love for you, don't know you very well. No, intimate servants. See, because see this the secret. Want to know the secret of secrets they didn't tell you in that movie that the lady made millions on? The secret of secrets is glorify what is transcendental. See, that's the Lord Chaitanya, his incarnations, his devotees. See, all glories to his dear devotees. That that infers that's glories to his transcendentally situated devotees, the dearness, closeness. See, that's it. They're in the garden. They're in Vrindavan. See, close, intimate. See, one's life is successful when you can identify the qualities of an intimate devotee. That's make it really clear. You know where the goal is. Yeah. He is the master of the universe. See, when we have the master, Lord Chaitanya is our Lord and master. Krishna and Radha, see, Radha, what is Radha? It's very easy to have them as a master when you get to know who they are and what they are. You know, isn't it very easy to have Radha as a master when she gives you the most pure love that you can not experience in any relationship with any man or woman or anything, any object in this world. When she gives you a love so pure, it's like taking an inner bath. See? And it gives you a clarity. Her love gives you a clarity about what is transcendental, and like these kinds of truths. So it's easy to surrender to something that makes your life better, and best, actually, not just better, best, makes your life best. We're not going to find a more pure love than Radha's love or Lord Chaitanya's. See, see, these are kind of devotees. They carry that love of God that's very pure. That's why when we start to say, yeah, all glories and give respect, give ear to those devotees. See, who ascertain the ultimate truth because of that intimate, ecstatic, rapturous, juicy, lovely worship. Yeah. I just love glorifying best personalities. Why not? He deserves it. Doesn't Lord Chaitanya deserve? He deserves. I can't even touch a drop to glorify him. Yeah. He is the master of the universe. Okay? The supreme controller of all controllers. He's the supreme controller of all these politicians that are driving the world into the dust. He's controlling that. Of course, he it's more important for him to teach us any way he can. If he has to like bring everybody to the brink of destruction to do it, it's worth it. So I tell everybody. People complain sometimes. Oh, I'm always sick. I always got this. Hey, man, it brought you here. You probably wouldn't have listened before. So hallelujah, this is fantastic. It brought you here. Now you can get delivered so easily, right, Shama-san? So easy. You found the ultimate simplicity, the ultimate clarity that comes here because of the praising the intimate devotees of the Lord and his and their master. Yeah, getting the empowerment to do that nicely and properly. Otherwise, I can't do it. Have to power up. Have to a lot of ecstatic chanting before I can glorify this Lord properly. You got to be raised in transcendental consciousness. See, that's what you learn here by associating with these transcendental devotees. You listen to their words, and you get purified, and your consciousness is raised. That where you can perceive this as truth, and Maya as Maya, and the glories of Lord Chaitanya and Radha Krishna as truth. You can actually experience that. You know that. You can get a taste for that. But what is trans? See what anybody's. Boy, a lot of comments here. Whoa, dude, we have comments, man. Some thoughts. Anyway, I can't read them. See, all glories to their ecstatic dance. See? All glories to Sri Gaurachandra, the life and soul of the universe. The life and soul. So the Lord comes to this world to teach us, yeah, I'm the life and soul of the universe in the form of the material modes of nature. But that just causes misfortune for the living entities. That just causes curses. Your life becomes cursed under the modes. If that Lord in that form is your master. See? And so the Lord comes here to teach us about the glories of the spiritual potency. This transcendental potency is wonderful. It gives one a happiness that is not of this world. It gives one a rapturous ecstasy, ecstatic feeling that is not of this world. That's another way you want to identify where the transcendental potency is, because every Vaishnava should be thinking like this. Where is the transcendental potency in this world? Is it in my Guru? Is my Guru Satchidananda? See, Sat is the eternal form of a devotee or the Lord, or the Lord. See, that's Sat, that's eternal. They may have material body, but their actual body is turned into transcendental ecstatic bliss. They live on, that's their life. That's the life you get. See, if you find that place, the devotee is like a well of this. See? You found the real path. You found the real purification. You found true love. You found emancipation from this bewildering material universe that is captured by the Lord, who is also the master here, in the modes of nature. The darkness. See, so people don't know. They think I'm actually, I have no master. A lot of people, they want to be sovereign. No, I have no master. I don't believe in anybody out here. I don't let anybody. See? But there again, there you go. You're already mastered by the illusion. See, that's an illusion. We are built to be mastered. See? You have to have a master, and people, it's only the illusion that makes you think, I have no master. And you're controlled by the modes of nature. You're controlled by your suffering. You're controlled by people making you misery. The threefold miseries. Everybody is subject to the threefold miseries. The devotees less, even though they got a body, less. Shama-san was telling me, she reports a lot how people don't bother her so much. Go ahead there. Let's hear.
Hi.
Yes. Hi.
I used to feel guilty because I involved myself. I need to earn money. So I was thinking, how can I earn money, to not involve a lot in Maya? Yeah. When I had pain, then I was thinking how can I get rid of this pain? When I had some mental problems, I was thinking about some material things. They were bothering me. I gave energy. Then I tried to figure it out. How can I get rid of it? And sometimes it took me a few days, sometimes weeks, sometimes months. It was a purification. And as soon as I get rid of it, those problems, or I figure it out, and I was on my track, then I was even closer to Lord, And I stopped, after every time, I stopped to feel guilty, because I realized, okay, I'm doing this with purpose, I'm trying to help myself to get this balance in my life, to be not involved in Maya, to be with my Lord, to have these ears, clear ears, to hear you so good, And for example, I know you are Guru, and I have this mercy from this place, but in my life, when I'm not here, I think it's like Maya is everywhere. He wants your attention, she wants your thoughts. Whatever, ignorance, or you gave your thoughts, and then you are slave, because she makes like right, left, left, and you are thinking. But it can be stopped, you can stop this fucking thought and go inside. Just don't react. everything when you want to react, it's, you know, this is trigger in you. It's a Maya. She will do whatever she wants with you. When you react, you lost. And then you don't react, and it's, you know, you are invisible. And then you can go deeper and deeper and deeper. And when you not react, you can see clearly what is, you know, what is disbalance in you, because we are contaminated. I am big fan, you know, I like clarity, balance, and so on. And right now, I want to hear you, Guru Maharaj, but in my life, in profession and so on, I choose. But I choose to not, you know, to not be involved in these external energies. But I am choosing, but only with help of my Lord. I would not be brave, you know, to decide for my own. I am fearful to go alone there, you know, without him.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we can't. We always have to be. We'll always be under the control of the Lord's potency, because that's our nature, is to be controlled. So the trick is basically, I'm noticing that Krishna and Lord Chaitanya is giving people a lot of mercy, even though they're a little busy with their lives. Just by having faith in our preaching, I notice they're getting really extra protection. That even though you may not be able to come so much, that's the report I get from you and other devotees too that are busy, you know, householders have to, you know, work, you know, and trying to do that. You know, so the Lord is like that. I noticed that even 550 years ago, it was like that. You know, the devotees, a lot of them were pounds and shillings men, like the 5 Pandavas were there. And 4 of them, 3 of them actually were just involved in working. And the Lord said, whether you are involved in material life or a sannyasis, doesn't matter. You are my servants, birth after birth. And that goes for you, Shamsami. I could see, you know, that, you know, the Lord has captured your heart and you feel yourself to be a servant. So that's why you can recognize what's going on here. So, you know, it's the Lord Chaitanya and our Sangha is that powerful. I mean, I see it. I just see it practically working out like that. Just like it was 550 years ago. So the Lord's showing me that what we're doing here is very powerful and very important.
It's so, nothing tastes like this, being connected to Lord in your heart, to personal transcendental person, you know. And sometimes when I, you know, it's exciting to have to feel control on your own mind, to it's exciting to have this choice, you know. It's exciting to have the empty mind. And then I see, okay, ego could rise and think, oh, it's me, I have choice. But every time when I feel this choice, I go deep in my heart and I'm like, thank you all the time, you know. I'm just talking to him all the time.
That's great. Yeah, thanks.
And today I hear your every word. It's safe. It's somewhere in my root, you know. It's so beautiful.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Yes, I'm listening myself also. Okay, so let's see. Let's read a little bit more. All right. All glories to Gaurachandra, the life and soul of the universe. Please give your lotus feet in charity to my heart. Basically, that's bhakti. You know, with this bhakti awakened in the heart, then we can relish the Lord's presence, you know, or his glories, glorification. See, it's bhakti lada beast. All glories to the servants of Lord Gaurachandra, because, you know, this connection is given through his servants who have this bhakti, this connection. They bestow the relationship. You know? Yeah, go ahead.
Is Bhakti Lala Beach is the feature of soul, or what is it? Is it also person? Is it potency? Or
yeah, it's a potency awakened in our soul, because your soul can be awakened, but it's a potency that gives you the attachment to worshiping Krishna. Otherwise, you wouldn't have any attachment. Like liberated souls, even though they may be liberated, if they don't have this bhakti, lada bij, which comes from a Vaishnava, who has that attachment. They awaken it in you. Otherwise, it stays dormant until you meet a Vaishnava. You just get liberation because you won't have attachment, even though you're liberated. Okay, you feel yourself. I don't identify with any material things. I identify with this Brahman energy. That's also Krishna in that form, but it doesn't reveal his full aspect. See, so therefore, it's only partial realization. So you're just partially realized. See, so this bhakti that people get here, even though they may not even be liberated, the Lord Chaitanya in the real line is so merciful. He gives you attachment to the Lord, and there might be some false ego identification still around. This is the power of and mercy of Lord Chaitanya in this Kali Yuga to give you something so great, even before you like attain liberation. You can get attached. It's like that story with Jesus, where he was born in a barn, in a very kind of a humble, simple place with a lot of beasts, animals. That's the Lord is like that. That's the secret code of these kind of incarnations. They give you the spirit, this bhakti, this attachment to worship the Lord in ecstasy, very juicy, this Holy Spirit type thing. So that's the same for Vaishnavas. This is what Vaishnavas don't understand. Most of them think they got to be perfect. Even your guru is probably thinking that. You got to be very perfect to get prema. Okay? You can't just get it before. No, you can't, because it's given for us to do that. And so we're doing that. People are getting that. You see like devotees like Johan Lalita very deep into this. This is the special mercy. Even before they're liberated, this great, wonderful gift. Oh, Freddie's backstage. Oh my goodness. Wow. Let's bring Freddie on. Oh my goodness. There he is. Guest
Dream
appearance.
team.
This is a rare cameo here.
Oh,
Better
yes.
soak it up, everybody. You may not see him for another 6 months. But he's always here. Always listening,
Yeah.
I noticed. Yeah, we can only see part of your
He's like
face
a
here.
tree in the sangha. He's like a tree.
Yeah, he's like a tree. Yeah.
His roots are
He's,
really
he's,
deep.
he's our counselor. If anybody wants to laugh and smile, give Freddie a call. He'll smile. Give you a
I
good
think
smile.
he's your advocate, When
Yeah.
devotees have problem, don't hear you clearly, he always clarifies everything.
Yeah. He's my banker too, man. Whenever a donation comes, he's right there. He's out there. He's like you go to the bank, the guy is the teller. He just gives.
Freddie, show more than your ear.
He's my teller. Yeah, we only see half of your face there. Can you make your camera
Yeah,
so it's?
I don't. I see myself half too, and I'm frozen.
Oh, you're frozen. Oh, okay. Let me refresh you. I'll take you on and off here. See if. Oh, yeah. It says you're. Yeah, it looks like you have very barely any connection. Okay, let's try it again. See if that helps. Nope. What? I wonder if it's in a Belgium thing. I wonder what that is, because Lalita doesn't have a problem with this.
No. Because I'm using the 4G, the mobile internet, and Lalita is using the wired internet, the Wi-Fi.
Oh, I see. Oh, so you don't have the regular one, huh? Yeah. Okay, well, you're just kind of frozen. We see half your face. That's okay. Actually, I can probably see you down. Oh, I see you down. Are you frozen down there? Yeah, you're frozen down there.
Yeah, I'm frozen.
At least you're smiling. That's amazing. Okay, so I'll read a little bit more. Okay. All glories to the servants of Lord Gaurachandra. See, we're very fortunate to serve Lord Gaurachandra, because he's, a lot of people are serving, you could be serving Jesus, you could be serving Lord Ram. See, but we're serving Lord Chaitanya's mission, which he's the latest incarnation. Oh, mute your mics, everybody. Um, okay,
And
good. You're
now,
unfrozen. Yeah, good. You're unfrozen now too.
okay, I'm alive.
You're alive. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we're very fortunate to serve Lord Chaitanya, because he's the latest incarnation, and we have realization about this, and we have that attachment to this particular Lord. A lot of devotees, even if you're worshiping Jesus, you may not be attached to Lord Chaitanya. Usually aren't. Not, you probably wouldn't understand who he is. You need to. You need to. I think you got to mute your mic there. There we go. Actually, you want to say anything, Freddie? You want to share anything since we got you
Oh,
on there?
just my father just entered, and he put on the radio. He wants to listen to the sport news.
Oh, I see. Important stuff like yeah,
So just a minute, just a second.
yeah.
Okay. Let me see if it's better now or not.
Yeah, I mean, you got good sound and moving around. Just see half your face.
Okay, I have to. Okay, so I
There we
have to
go.
sit here.
There we go. We got you. All right, give us a report there, Freddie. What do you think? What do you think?
What do I think? Your preaching is very effective, very conclusive. It gives you a lot of power, a lot of strength, and I don't feel troubled by Maya at all.
Oh, really?
Because yeah, most of the time I'm always very fixed. I have a always the same rhythm every day. When I get
Huh?
up in the morning, I do my detoxing, I do the fruit eating, then I start listening to the devotees, and that's mostly then Lalita comes on, then Johan comes on, then Guru comes on. So yeah, like you say, I'm always there. Maybe not visible, but I'm always there. So
Yeah,
I'm most of the time I'm alive in the comments.
yeah, yeah. In the columns, yes. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's the thing. Yeah. So yeah, so that's a good report. It's nice to hear that you feel protected. Eh,
And definitely, I'm with two legs in one boat, and this is in this boat. From the moment I start listening to you, I never went to the temple anymore. I didn't go to the Namahata anymore. So it was only here, only listening. I even stopped chanting my rounds. The only thing I did was listening.
Ah,
And Prabhupada used to say, you can only become a good speaker if you listen. So listen
yeah,
is the most important thing in spiritual life. The vibration comes into your ears, your mental speculations get purified, the heart gets purified, everything gets purified here. You only have to be patient, and everything will come from that. And that's what I feel. I feel the protection here. Sometimes I get very hot. Sometimes I also feel, what is it, intoxicated in the brain.
yeah, yeah,
So yeah, for me, this is life. I always like to read Prabhupada's books. I always like to listen to your lectures. I like to listen to the devotees' lectures, especially when they are very ecstatic. So then I'm very much inspired. Yes, and everything will come at the right time. So for me, I'm not worried if I'm not that ecstatic like some devotees. I say everything is under the control of Krishna. Just be patient and everything will come.
yeah, 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 yeah. It's great. Yeah, yeah. That in chapter 1 it says in Chaitanya Charitamrita on the spiritual master. It's just those who patiently hear about Lord Chaitanya and these different truths and the relationships, and these you will attain this love of God, and this is the path of peace. This is it's so simple, and so attractive. It's like so empowering, so attractive, so juicy. It creates everything. I mean, we got a family here. We like to get together with each other. Even by this, even it's so powerful. Even just by these Zoom meetings, it works. Yeah, yeah. No, that's a great report. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. So please give your lotus feet in charity to my heart. All glories to the all auspicious Vishwambara. See, all auspicious. This is another key word, all auspicious. See, when you compare it to the auspiciousness in the universe, see, there's auspiciousness in the universe. But Lord Chaitanya said that's not really awesome. It's not really auspicious. Oh yeah, yeah. Who said yeah?
Okay.
Unmute when Guru talks. Okay, whatever. Yeah. So yeah. So so Lord Chaitanya is teaching what is real auspiciousness. So the devotees do. You see, you got to listen to the devotees to teach us what's auspicious. Because you could be a guru, in teaching in Vaishnavism and everything, but you may just say, "Oh, it's so auspicious." You go and do some regulative activity. Oh, it's so auspicious what you're doing. Oh, it's really auspicious to give money. See, the Christians do that. Oh, it's so auspicious to give money to the church. It's auspicious to them, but or auspicious, maybe you'll get some result, material result. See, um, people don't know what is auspicious, but if you gave money to actually spiritual personality, now that's different, because then you're actually doing devotional service. You're assisting the transcendental mission. Right? Um, that's why book distribution is also a transcendental activity. If you distribute Prabhupada's books, is very, very important thing to do. Ultimately, it culminates in tasting the ras. Tasting the ras when you're distributing. Like you could be distributing. I'm distributing Prabhupada's books. That's how I feel. When I'm reading his books, and discussing them and sharing what I'm understanding from them. To me, that's book distribution. It's also it's important because it's something that not every devotee can do. See, you have to actually be transcendentally situated and expressive of the transcendental potency. So it's important. It's like Prabhupada, when a devotee said, "Well, what good is my preaching? What will it do? Is it as good as distributing books?" And he said, "Oh, just talk a little bit, but distribute my books, read my books, have them read them." Because the vibration of a devotee needs to be really transcendental. So he put more emphasis on his books because transcendental, and they need to be explained by devotees. I mean, ultimately, they better, you know. I even hear, when I hear devotees who are not real devotees yet, and they misunderstand the understanding of Prabhupada, or they just read, you know, it's okay, but you know, it's nice to hear the deep discussion of what these conceptions mean, and not just kind of gloss over them. So, all right. All glories to the life and soul of Paramananda Puri and the dearmost object of Swarab Damodar. All glories to the life and soul of Paramananda Puri and the dearmost object of Swarab Damodar. All glories to Sri Krishna Chaitanya, the beloved master of Sri Rupa, Sanatan, Jagadish, and Gopinath. All glories to the Lord of Govinda, the doorkeeper. Please bless the entire universe by your merciful glance. I like this. All glories to the Lord of Govinda. Govinda, you know that pastime with Govinda? He was a doorkeeper. Yeah. See, he's the doorkeeper. That's actually like the devotee. Lord Chaitanya came to the doorkeeper. He said, "Bring me to Lord Chaitanya. Where is my Lord in my heart?" And the doorkeeper came, grabbed his hand, and took him to Lord Jagannath. "Here is your Lord. See, now you can feast your eyes unto you." And he said, "Ah, you're my real." See, the code of that, the code is the doorkeeper is the devotee who is like the pujari for the Lord. They're real. And so when you go beyond the external pujari, you could be a pujari officially, an ecclesiastical pujari, and you can bring people to the deity, right? Are they really seeing the deity? Are they really getting the water thrown on them? Are they really seeing the flame and they put their hand on the flame? Did you really get, that's the semblance of that. When you get the real doorkeeper, what did Jesus say? I'm the door. See, doorkeeper. See, the real devotee, they awaken your spiritual body, right? That's like taking your hand. See, and they bring you to the Lord. See, so that they marry you. See, the door marry you to the Lord, where you become attracted to the transcendental aspect of the Lord. See, and then you purify the modes of nature out of your consciousness and body. See, these are the meaning. This is what you get when. See, even the devotees here, they get amazing revelation, realization, just because they're beginning to worship the Lord in ecstasy. The only way. To those who worship, I see Bhagavad Gita 10:10. Always again, always return to that. That's probably one verse I can memorize. To those who worship the Lord with this loving ecstasy, I give them the real understanding. All these classes that I've been given are based on that ecstatic worship. Okay? So that's the revelations I'm preaching. And it seems to work. A lot of people are getting happiness from it, including myself. I really enjoy relishing these revelations on these books. Fantastic. Now, in the Madhyakanda, I will describe Advaitacharya Prabhu's meeting with Lord Gaurachandra in the house of Srivas. You want to read a little bit there, somebody? One of you two?
I can read, but
Okay.
I need a moment.
Yes, take a moment. I'll read until you get ready. Anywhere you want.
What should I? Okay.
Yeah, you choose. So one day, so tell me when you're ready. One day, Lord Chaitanya, exhibiting the mood of the Supreme Lord, ordered the younger brother Srivas Pandit, Ramai, to go to Advaitacharya's house and inform him of my appearance. Tell him that the person that he has worshipped for so long, the person he wept for, the person he fasted for, that same Lord has now appeared. You ready? No. Okay. Also tell him about Nityananda Prabhu's arrival, but do it secretly and explain to him everything. In the meantime, I'll chant that here until you're ready.
Bluetooth connected.
Let's see. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Ready? Yep. Go for it.
Sorry, I couldn't come clear too with this book's library. I'm going to read the Krishna Consciousness, the Matchless Gift, the Learning to Love, chapter 3. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. All glories to our cutest guru in the world. Thank you for your presence and service and gift. And all glories to Freddy that we can meet today evening. Yes, so learning to love. Contamination from sinful activity requires proportionate atonement. That is the prescription of the scriptures. Shukadeva Goswami says that if one accepts atonement before death in his life, he will not fall down. If he does not atone, he will carry with him the results, reactions of his sinful activities and will have to suffer. According to law, if man kills someone, he must himself be killed. The idea of life for a life is not very new concept, but can be found in Manu Samhita, the Vedic law book for mankind, where it is stated that when a king hangs the murderer, Guru Maharaj, a king hangs the murderer is actually benefited, for if he is not killed, he will carry the reaction for his murder and will have to suffer in so many ways. The laws of nature are very subtle and are very diligently administered, although people do not know it. In the Manu Samhita, the concept of a life for a life is sanctioned, and it is actually observed throughout the world. Similarly, there are other laws which state that one cannot even kill an ant without being responsible. Since we cannot create, we have no right to kill any living entity. And therefore, man-made laws that distinguish being killed a man and killing an animal are imperfect. Although,
yeah, this, can I say something about this? Pretty important, actually. This is the preaching of Prabhupada, teaching about the rules of and the mandates of Manu Samhitas and all these things. And so to get people to act in basically in where you're in the mode of goodness and or maybe some little bit of trace of something then there to do that, because so there's a type of atonement by restriction. See, I'll restrict myself from stepping on an ant, otherwise I'm going to suffer. Okay, so But that doesn't really atone, because people are going to step on ants anyway. There's always going to be some discrepancies. See? Even there's a story in the Bhagavatam somewhere, and it's about this one sage. He did this. He somehow heard it or something as a kid, and then Yamaraj came and said, "Well, you've got to suffer for that." Put him in a terrible body or something. He had to. Oh, he got killed with a spear, or he got stabbed with a spear. Freddie probably ran across that. And yeah, so he got stabbed with a spear, and so anyway, the sage was really powerful. He went to Yamaraj and said, "Hey man, what did I get?" Well, he said, "Well, you did this thing to an ant or something, and you don't." So anyway, that's not practical atonement now. The whole thing is Prabhupada started there, and it's kind of a repression thing and a force thing. Force yourself to do this. We need a stronger atonement. See, the stronger atonement is what we teach you. See? Stronger atonement is to give the gift of this attachment to Krishna, and then it creates a fire, because by worshiping the Lord with attachment and ecstasy, that burns up all discrepancies. We none of us will act perfectly, you know, nor is it possible. But Prabhupada, did teach some of this preliminary basic stuff, and the severity of the if you're just mundane, the laws of nature are very severe reactions. But if you get this devotional potency, you come in the real line, and you accept the gift when it's here, because it's here. See, then the atonement is, even if there's any discretion, you don't do things perfectly, or you eat the wrong thing, or what people think is the wrong thing, and uh, that's all burned up in the fire. Karma is burned up in the fire of devotion. It's just the fire. It's just, that's the way it is. But unless you accept this devotional potency, this spiritual potency, you have the stringent, more stringent laws you have to abide by, and that's why people, they don't, they feel guilty or ashamed sometimes, because they can't follow all these things properly, perfectly.
So should we avoid those texts which treat about those rules and regulation?
Well, a good thing is to observe how I can take these texts and move them to the other level. Yeah, and that can be good, because I do that a lot. I like to, so the key word in that text is atonement, right? Atonement. So Prabhupada's starting there. Oh yeah, you shouldn't do this. You should eat this, don't eat that, don't do this, don't do that. See, you start, that's an atonement, but it's not strong. Okay? It's not strong enough, really. It's only, go ahead there, Freddie.
Yeah, I wonder how a butcher can atone from killing animals now in Kali Yuga.
There is actually a story about that. Yes. There's a story about that in actually this book called Saints, Saints of India. The Saints of India? Yeah, Saints of India. There was a butcher actually, but he was a saint, a realized soul. And so anyway, this guy comes to him, and actually, first he didn't know he was a butcher. He came in them and received spiritual instruction from him and everything. And this guy was a realized soul. He didn't know he was a butcher, though. He was a butcher. And so anyway, he went to the butcher and saw that he was working in a butcher shop somehow. And he said, "You're a butcher." He said, "How can you be a saint?" He said, "Well, it's my father was a butcher, and I'm just, this is my prescribed duty that I've been doing, being a butcher, butchered cows, everything." And so so the guy had a really hard time with that. He said, "Well, that's just how it is. How could you give spiritual instruction and all that?" And he says, "Well, self-realization is self-realization." And he had an intimate relationship with God. And it burns up all discrepancies, even that. The only one that it won't burn up, you know what that is? Vaishnava Aparat. That is, even the Lord himself said, I can't do anything. That you have to work that out with the devotee. But that's how a lot of people, they don't know how powerful this prema is. That's why you could be a Sudra, and if you still eat fish or meat and everything, you can, you know, if that's your natural habit, you're a devotee now. You have real devotion. This is why this preaching might be unpopular, because people they're looking at external bhakti. But it's like going to Garuda. Garuda's a devotee. He loves the Lord, and say, hey man, you're a meat eater. You eat fish. It's his natural food. He eats it. Does he suffer karma for killing the fish or whatever it is? No, because he has real devotion to the Lord. The Pandavas ate meat. Did they have to go and suffer in hell for that? No, they were
I eat
devotees.
shrimp sometimes.
What? Yeah,
I eat
you
also
can
fish
you
sometimes.
can eat whatever you want. I don't care. Do what you need to do for your level, your body, and your consciousness. Not everybody can be a vegetarian. I've seen that enough in life, to know. I don't ask questions about that. I'd rather see people do whatever they need to do. And the thing is, if you get this devotion, this fire burns up all karmas and everything. Just be honest, be appropriate, be honest. It's not about, well, you can't worship Krishna because I got to force myself to be a vegetarian. No, no, no. This transcends all of that. And there's enough examples. Lord Ram, they ate meat. They're in the forest. Go ahead there.
Yeah, but what if you are not connected in an ecstatic line? Then how can you atone from meat eating or other sinful activities?
You can't. You really all you can do is force yourself to act that way. And a lot of times people, that's why why the disciplic lines need to be reestablished, because it turns into religion and religious rules and regulation, and people fall away. They always do. They stop believing in, but that's what happened in Vaishnavism. It stopped believing in Vaishnavism because it's only rules and regulations, and the ecstatic worship is fallen away. So the devotees have to come back here and start reestablishing it again. Like Bhakti Vinod, and he was, even though he was maybe externally teaching more rules and regulations and Bhakti Siddhanta, inside their ecstatic devotees driving towards this level that we're preaching here. Okay? Because why would you leave Krishna or Radha or Lord Chaitanya if you're really deeply loving them? Okay? They give you the understanding of how to continue on and enter the kingdom. Bhagavad Gita 10:10. See, and this goes beyond what you eat, what you don't eat, and all that. That's why there's a lot of what you eats and what you don't eats around. They don't come here. They're too attached to Vaidhi level, and they don't have faith. They think, I'm not qualified to ecstatic. I can't. See, you're not qualified for Raganuga Bhakti. But a waitress can be. She says, oh, I don't care. I'm not even thinking, can I eat this or don't eat this? He's not even asking me, because it's not really relevant. What's relevant is, do you like hanging out with us? Do you like this talk? Do you like this chanting? Okay? That's the only qualification for Raganuga Bhakti. And it's not me saying that. Well, I'd say that too. I just repeat what Vishwanath Chakravarti said. This, if you see a devotee in their relationship with Krishna and they're worshiping like that, and you think, oh, I also want to worship like that, even though I don't have those feelings yet. This is the qualification, he said, Chandrika. Oh, no, no, let me become a vegetarian for 50 years and then I'll do this. Or let me do something else and then I'll do this. No, it's not like that. It's this is the Raganuga Bhakti path. We teach them. Yeah. Just, I just tell people, just be appropriate. It's like if it gets in the way, whatever you're doing, then that you got to watch that. Like
Okay.
some people get too much into drugs. Oh yeah. Okay. Did you want
Yeah,
what you want to go on?
let's say that a Vaidhi Bhakta was been
Yeah.
eating, let's say, for 20 years meat, and then he starts to follow the Vaidhi path, and then the rest of his life he doesn't eat meat anymore. Is he then free from that reaction or not?
Yeah, well, he'll be free from the reaction, but a devotee, but he may be forcing, maybe he actually needs to eat meat. He's just forcing himself not to do it. And you may, because people, they may need some kind of proteins. I already seen with devotees. I met one guy who was a Prabhupada disciple, and I went to his house, and he was embarrassed, to show me his refrigerator. He was embarrassed. And I said, well, what's the matter? He says, well, listen, I almost died being a vegetarian. I couldn't, I was getting very sick. And I went to the doctor, and the doctor said, listen, and you can't do it. It's not for you. And he started eating chicken and or fish or whatever he needed to eat. He felt much better. He says, well, what can I do? I really, I'm into Krishna, and all that, but I finally had to resolve that I was dying. So it's not, see, so that's religion. So that's why you see at this level, like a lot of people, I can't do it. I can't follow it, and all that. But see, devotees can abandon all varieties of religion and their rules, their regulations, and everything, and take full shelter of the Lord. I will give you protection. He says that. I know that. I'm not perfect in anything, you know. I don't. Um, it doesn't matter. I just try to live a decent life, a healthy life, do whatever I need to do, and and it works out. I feel better. My worship goes on. It goes deeper and everything. Isn't that the bottom line? So that's what I teach. I don't ask people, did you do this, that? If something gets in the way, it gets to me. Like, hey man, I got all these drugs. I can't stop taking drugs, man. I can't come. Well, then you probably need to do something. You have to dry out. You know, if you're addicted to things, then. Yeah. Anyway, that's where I'm at with it, and it works fine. Otherwise, you guys will. I don't. It's not necessary to be guilty. If you're coming here, you're believing this preaching, you're going to understand what Krishna means. Abandon all varieties of religion. If you have a bona fide guru that has an intimate relationship with Krishna, and you're listening to them and surrendering into that preaching and that place with full faith, now you're learning what abandoning all varieties of religion means and surrender to Krishna. Because Krishna comes as that kind of guru. Whether they're,
Besides,
yeah, go ahead.
besides of this, when we think about what to eat and what not to eat, then we don't think for sure not about Krishna.
Yeah, you're on the mental platform. And then you become conditional. Oh yeah, I can worship Krishna on the condition I'm this and that. You know, um, all I know is automatically one becomes a decent person when you start to ecstatically worship the Lord. He takes care of everything, even though there's discrepancies. The Lord taught this way 550 years ago. He has devotees. When I went to Mayapur, there are real devotees of Lord Chaitanya there. They're eating fish, man. The Navadvip is big fish market there. What? They're all, they're actual devotees. They have the fish market there, fish tacos and fish this and whatever they have. Chicken, in was it Jagannath Puri, chicken markets and all kinds of stuff, fish markets, and they're all going to the Lord Jagannath. And a lot of Brahmins, they would eat. I heard this. Brahmins would eat meat, fish or whatever they do, and then they offer vegetarian to the, they do that kind of thing. Yeah, it's all. It becomes if you You got to go beyond hypocrisy and by false renunciation and understand when the devotional potency is here, just grab it. Whether it's being taught by a sudra or a sannyasi. Yeah, I'm more sudra. Even, Nityananda, he ate anything, man. It's right there in the scriptures. Lord was it Dwaita going, you fish eater, man. He would go anywhere, whatever they offered, he ate. Didn't matter. He had bhakti. Now, again, if you're not at this stage of worship or you don't have this kind of connection, then there's going to be more problems for you when you do. I mean,
I found something different to read.
good. You got the point. Yeah. And I don't like to, I don't like to get too much into this because the Vaishnavas misunderstand. And, but that's again the way it goes.
Yeah, because when somebody is fixed about this food and will hear you now, then he will take it like offense. He will protect this food devotion, But
Yeah,
this
food
is
devotion.
scheißegal.
That's why, I'm here teaching on another level. If you want all this mental level stuff where you got to figure out what day it is and what to do and when to do it and what to eat, what not to eat, and go look at all the labels. Does it have any rennet in the cheese? I used to do it. Yeah, I've been there, done that. 5 years in ISKCON. I used to go in the shopping. I was on, got me on. I didn't need to be there, but that's all I was taught. I was looking at the label. Is there any rennet in the cheese? Which is just a microscopic little bit. But I didn't want to feel guilty if I had any rennet because that's what, people were doing, I don't, if people are so that level, okay, go out there and go and do that for some time. We'll do what we do here.
But it sounds unfair that pure devotees, they can more or less do whatever they like, and those poor Vaidis, when they make mistakes, they will get a reaction for it.
Yeah, that's true. It is unfair. And I'll tell you exactly what Krishna said. Arjuna said the same thing, and we'll just bring it on this level. So Arjuna says, what is this? This is unfair that people who worship you get a super great result, and these people worshiping the demigods put the same amount of energy, maybe more into it, actually more energy into it, and they get an inferior result. That's not fair. And you know what Krishna said? Exactly what I say. Well, I'm trying to teach them. If you worship, so Krishna said to Arjuna, if you worship me, you're going to get me, and I'm the prize. You worship the demigods, you get a demigod result. You're worshiping in an inferior way. So now in this preaching, the same principle applies. If you want to do Vaidhi Bhakti and all its stringent rules and everything, where you have to be very careful, then you can do that. But if you come here, I'll tell you, if you listen to this teaching, you listen to my word right now, you can come and associate with these ecstatic devotees, and whatever discrepancies that are there that are more severely treated to the Vaidis, you have to be more careful, will be just burned up in this devotion because they don't have it and they're not interested in coming and getting it. So they've got to follow the inferior path. It's called less intelligent. See, Prabhupada was teaching people, see, the Vaidhi level, you're just naturally less intelligent. The Raganuga or spontaneous devotional service, you become more intelligent, just naturally. See, to those who worship Krishna with loving ecstasy, I give them the understanding, them real knowledge. Be not superficial. See? So Krishna says that case, I say the same thing. Well, they don't have to. If you want to work, be on the mental platform and not get off there and hang, and not being able to see who is a speculator and who is a false acharya and all that, who's a real acharya, who's a false acharya, what are all these details of bhakti? Well, if you don't want to learn these things, don't come here. Go out there and follow the less intelligent path. Here, you're getting the intelligence from a devotee that's worshipped in this life, ecstatically. In this life, not maybe, who knows how many lifetimes to get this kind of information. I look at people, they don't have this. I look at gurus, they don't understand. Like the gurus would be, oh, he's so great. I listen to their realization. I said, boy, that's not very deep. I mean, that's my honest. Okay, I'll show you how far it goes. I listen to Narayan Raj realization. I think that's not so deep. That's not very. Could do better. Could go deeper. See? But you see, this is what blows people's mind. No, Gora, can't carrying something so powerful. Yeah, I can't do it. Yeah, but the proof is in the pudding. These revelations and realizations are not, for him, his preaching was, well, after many lifetimes, you can get this. Yeah, what we're preaching here is, hey, man, this lifetime is possible. People are getting it. People are making quick advancement here.
No.
Yeah. So, hey, man, you can say whatever you want and not believe this, and therefore that you're less intelligent because you're going to follow that way. To me, you guys are more intelligent. You're coming here, getting this intimacy, ecstatic thought, questioning. Am I, am I qualified to be here? They're all thinking, oh, this prema path, I got to follow rules, regulations for whole lifetimes before I get this. My guru told me so. See, I'm telling you guys something different, and it works. The beauty of thing is it all works. People are, look at what, Lalita doesn't have prema bhakti? Are you kidding? He's Johan, look at how he works. My God, the guy has dreams and all this stuff, increasing dreams, increasing intimacy. I mean, he's pretty wild, but
Someone must be.
Yeah, Vrindavan is a wild place, man. They got wild devotees. Like, guy opens his mouth and crying.
He already amazing dreams when he was following the Vaidhi path. It was.
Yeah.
He had dreams all his life.
Yeah, waiting for this. That's why this is for those who are waiting for this. This is like boom, right connection for them. Hey, move up fast. So anyway, that's the gist of it, and so it's up to people. I mean, hey, proof is in the pudding, man. This stuff works. It works better than any of the paths I've seen with anybody. I honor Prabhupada's books and his teachings. Of course, you have to put in perspective. There's a Vaidhi, and then there's these deep, intimate things. And you got, I'm here to sort it out, to help people say, oh, you see, like she was talking atonement and everything. I got to show you, okay, well, this is the deeper atonement. Come here, get this ecstatic devotion, burn up, whatever is in the way, whatever obstacle, will just burn up. Now you can follow that Bhagavad Gita 18th chapter. Surrender to me. Don't worry, I'll protect you. If you can believe my word here that you will get protection, you will. If you don't believe this word here, well, you're going to go back to the less intelligent path. Follow the rules and regulations until you develop a desire to attain Krishna. That's what Bhagavad Gita says. And when you get that desire, you didn't attain Krishna, desire, then Krishna will say, okay, now go to the devotee and they'll teach you the final deliverance. People don't accept it.
You also can feel a big difference if you even not follow a rule properly here in this sangha. You don't feel guilt or you don't feel fear. But as a Vaidhi Bhakta, if you don't follow a rule, then you think, oh my God, I might get punishment. So it's more based on fear.
Yeah, it's based on fear. Because here, actual love and attachment is awakened, and there it's not, because it's not strong enough. And then if you carried in from another life and you're in that association, as soon as the love awakens with the tears, sometimes we get really severely chastised. Like, hey, what's going on here? What are you doing? That's not. that's offensive, Prabhu. Cry for Krishna. Yeah, yeah. So anyway, I don't, it doesn't bother me. I'm gonna just, I have my orders. I'm just gonna do my job. I love it. People could say what they want. Yeah, this is, yeah. Okay, you know what? I think I need to stop because it's getting late. And I need to eat something. Stuff. This was fun, huh? This is a good. Thank you, Shama-san, for coming, and Freddie, and all our friends here watching. Andromeda, and who else? Oh, Andromeda. Wow. Art, George, Evo, even. Yeah, he got up early.
No, it's late.
It's late. Yeah.
Midnight here.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So have a good day, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Thank you. Radhe,
Okay,
Radhe.
thank you. Have a good afternoon, and we will go to bed.
Yes. Yes. Good.
Ciao.
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 Way up here.
Ciao, baby.